先生们，上午好。
Ladies and gentlemen, good
欢迎
morning.
大家出席
Welcome
中共中央
to
宣传部
the
新闻发布
press
会。
conference of the
今天
Publicity Department
我
of
们
the
举
CPC
行
Central Committee.
中国这10
Today's
年
theme
系列主题
is
新闻发布会的第35场。我们请中央台办
work
副
related
主
to
任
Taiwan. It's
陈元
the
峰先生
35th
为大家介绍
in the China
党
in
的
a
18大以来
past
对
decade
台工
series.
作
We
和两岸
have
关系发
Mr.
展
Chen
情况，
Yuanfeng, Deputy Administrator
并
of the
回答
Taiwan
大家
Work
关心
Office
的
of the
问题。
CPC Central Committee
与陈主任一起出席新闻发布会的
give
是
you a briefing on
中
the
央台办
Taiwan
宣传局局
related
长、
work and
新闻
take your
发言人
questions.
马晓光先生，
We also will have with us
中
Mr.
央
Ma
台办
Xiaoguang, Director
研究
General
局
of the
局长
Information
邱开
Department,
民先生，
Mr. Qiu
中央
Kai
台办
Director General of
新闻
the
发言
Research
人
Department, and
朱凤莲女士。
Ms.
现
Zhu
在我们
Fenglian,
先请
spokesperson
陈元
of
峰
the
先生介绍情况。
office.
好，
Now,
这个
opening remarks
各
from
位
Mr. Chen
记者朋
Yuanfeng.
友啊，首先我欢迎大家出
Friends from the
席
media,
对台工作的
let me begin
主题新
by
闻发布会。
welcoming you to this press
借此
conference
机会
on
啊，我也代表
work
中
related
共中
to
央台湾工作
Taiwan.
办公室
On behalf of our
感谢
office, I wish to
新闻界
express
长期以来
appreciation to you for your long-standing
关
interest
注
in
和支持。
and support
下面
for
呢，
the
我
work on
概
Taiwan.
要的介绍一下
Now, let me
10
briefly
年来我们
give you
对台
an
工作取得
overview
的主要
of
成就
the major achievements
带给我
in our
们的
work
重
over
要
the
启
past
示。
decade and the important
党的18大以来，
experience we
以
have
习近
drawn
平
from
同志为
that.
核心的党中
Since
央
the 18th CPC
红
National
蓝
Congress in
中华民族
2012,
伟大复兴
the
的战略
CPC
全
Central
局
Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its
和
core
世
has
界百
pursued
年未有
the
之
great
大变局，
national rejuvenation
准
amid
确把握
once-in-a-century changes
国
in
内
the
外
world.
形势发展
With a
变
keen
化，
appreciation of the
全
changes
面
at
推
home
进
and abroad,
对台
we
工作理
adopted
论和实
innovative
践创
theories
新
and， measures on Taiwan-related
牢
work,
牢把握
continued
两岸关
to
系主导
chart
权，
the course of
主动权，
cross-strait relations,
有力维护
effectively
台海
defended
和平稳定，
peace and stability across the
扎实
Taiwan
推进
Straits, and
祖国统
advanced
一
the
进程。
process of national reunification.
习近平总书记就对台工作
On
提
the
出
work
一系列
related to
新理
Taiwan,
念、
General Secretary Xi
新思想、
Jinping put
新
forth
战略
a series of
和
new
重大
notions,
政策主
thoughts,
张，
and strategies, as well as
发
major
表一系列
policies. He
重要
published
论
a
述，
series of
做出一
important
系列
remarks and
重要
gave a
指
series
示
of
批
important
示，
instructions,
形成新时
thus
代
developing the
党
party's
解决台
overall
湾问题
policy
的
for resolving
方
the
略，
Taiwan question in the new era,
提供了
and
新时代
setting out
做好
the
对台工作的
overarching
根本遵循
guidelines
和
and
行动纲领。
program of action on the
10年
spot.
中，两岸政治交往取
Historic
得历史
breakthroughs
性突
have
破
been。made in
我
cross-strait
们推动
political
实现
exchanges of the past
1949
decade.
年以来
The decade
两岸
saw
领
the
导人
first
首次会
meeting
晤
and
和直
direct
接对话沟
dialogue
通，
between leaders of the two
将
sides
两
since
岸交流互动
1949,
提升
raising
到新高度，
cross-strait exchanges and
成
interactions
为
to new
两岸关
heights.
系发展
This
道路
was
上
a
的一
new
座新的里程碑
milestone。in the development of
两岸
cross-strait
事务主管部
relations.
门
The
在
departments
共同
in
政
charge
治基
of
础上
cross-strait relations
建
on
立
both
常
sides
态化
have
联
established
系
regular
沟通机制，
contact and communication
两部
mechanism
门负责
on a
人
common
实现
political
互访，
foundation,
开
and the
通
heads
热
of the
线。
two departments have exchanged visits and set up
10年中，
a hotline.
两岸对话协商形成新局
New
面。
horizons have been opened for
我们
cross-strait
坚持一个中国
dialogues
原
and
则
consultations of
和
the
九二
past
共识，
decade, upholding the One
推
China
进
principle and the
两党、
1992
两岸
consensus.
两党
We have pushed forward
党际交流，
exchanges between political
与
parties
台湾
across
有
the
关政
straits
党、
and
团体和
conducted
人士就
dialogues
两岸
and
关系
consultation
与
on
民族未来
cross-strait
开展
relations
对话
and
协
the
商，
future of the
达
Chinese
成
nation
多
with
项共
relevant
识，
political
并
parties,
发表
organizations, and
共同
personages
倡
in
议，
Taiwan.
与
These
台湾
efforts
社
have
会各界
resulted in consensus on
共同
multiple
努力
issues
探索
and a number of
两
joint
制
initiatives,
台湾方案。
exploring the two systems solution to the Taiwan question
10年
in
来，
all sectors of
在
Taiwan
大陆台
society.
湾同胞
Taiwan
逐步享受
compatriots on the mainland
同等待
have
遇
gradually
和
enjoyed
发展
equal
机遇。
treatment and development
我们坚
opportunities
持
as their
以人
mainland
民为中心的
counterparts
发
of
展
the
思想，
decade, upholding the
践行
people-centered
两岸一家亲的
development
理
vision
念，
and the conviction that
以
people
两
on
岸
both
同胞
sides of
福
the
祉
straits are of
为
the
依
same
归，
family.
推
We
动两
have
岸关系
promoted
和
peaceful
平发展、
development of
融合
cross-strait
发展，
relations and integrated
完善
development
促
of the
进
two sides
两
for
岸
the
交流
benefit
合
of
作，
both the mainland
保
and
障
Taiwan.
台湾同胞
We
福
have
祉的制度安
refined
排。
the institutional arrangements, policies, and measures to promote cross-strait exchanges and cooperation and advance the well-being of the people of Taiwan. These include the electronic travel passes for Taiwan residents to enter or leave the mainland, the delivery of water from the coastal province of Fujian to Kinmen Island, and residence permits for Taiwan residents. Taiwan compatriots have been gradually given equal access to public services so as to facilitate their studying, starting businesses, working and living on the mainland. We have made constant efforts for Taiwan people to benefit first from the mainland's development opportunities. Cross-strait trade and Taiwan businesses' investment on the mainland increased significantly over the decade. Cross-strait trade volume doubled from about $160 billion in 2011 to over $328 billion in 2021. The total number of investment projects from Taiwan enterprises on the mainland increased from 85,722 in 2011 to 124,142 in 2021, up by 44.7% over the past decade. The mainland remains the largest export market of Taiwan, the largest source of trade surplus for the island, and the largest destination for Taiwan's off-island investment. Over the last 10 years, visits and exchanges among people of various sectors across the Taiwan Straits have continued to expand. Efforts have been made to unite Taiwan compatriots and counter interference and obstruction by separatist forces seeking Taiwan independence, so as to promote effective and in-depth cooperation and people-to-people exchanges in various fields. A series of cross-strait exchange activities have been launched, including the Straits Forum, the Shanghai-Taipei City Forum, and the Straits Youth Forum, maintaining the momentum of cross-strait exchanges and cooperation. In 2011, 7.1 million cross-strait visits were made, of which 5.26 million trips were from Taiwan to the mainland. In 2019, the total number of cross-strait visits reached 9 million, including over 6 million visits from Taiwan to the mainland. In the past 3 years, affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, online communication has become the main form of people-to-people interactions across the strait, and the number of people from various sectors participating in and covered by online communication are reaching new highs. Over the past decade, the general trend of opposing Taiwan independence and promoting reunification has been reinforced. We have been firmly safeguarding national sovereignty and territorial integrity and opposing Taiwan independence and external interference, firmly maintaining peace and stability in the Taiwan Straits and the fundamental interests of the Chinese nation. We have taken lawful actions against and effectively deterred separatist forces. Issues related to Taiwan's external exchanges have been handled in a sound manner, and the international community's commitment to the One China principle has been consolidated. Under the strong leadership of the CPC Central Committee, with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core and guided by Xi Jinping's thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era, work related to Taiwan over the past decade has seen important gains. The achievements made on the basis of acting on General Secretary Xi's important remarks on work related to Taiwan are an important part of the historic achievements and changes in the cause of the party and the country. This course fully shows that in carrying out work related to Taiwan, we must uphold the leadership of the party and firmly uphold Comrade Xi Jinping's core position on the party, Central Committee, and in the party as a whole, and uphold the Central Committee's authority and its centralized, unified leadership. We must uphold the One China principle and the 1992 consensus. We must firmly oppose separatist activities seeking Taiwan independence, and no individual or force should be allowed to separate Taiwan from China. We must firmly oppose external interference and resolutely safeguard China's sovereignty and territorial integrity. We must work on resolving the Taiwan question and realizing the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation with a holistic approach and firmly promote national reunification. It is imperative to strive for the well-being of all Chinese people, including those in Taiwan, and to realize the aspirations of all Chinese people for a better life. We must follow the principles of freeing the mind and seeking truth from facts, and actively advance theoretical and practical innovations in work related to Taiwan. We must have the courage and skill to fight against any force that attempts to undermine China's sovereignty and territorial integrity or stands in the way of China's reunification. We must seek extensive unity and solidarity and mobilize all factors to fight against any force that attempt to divide the country and push strength to advance national reunification. Against a backdrop of profound and complex changes in the domestic and international situation, our cause of complete national reunification is facing new challenges. China's national rejuvenation has entered an irreversible historical process. The Chinese mainland's development process is a key factor for determining the course of cross-strait relations. In the new era, we are stronger in opposing Taiwan independent separatist actions and external interference, and more determined in realizing China's national reunification. The trend towards national reunification cannot be altered, regardless of obstruction or sabotage from any force. We will continue to follow the CPC's fundamental guidelines on the Taiwan question and implement its principles and policies towards Taiwan. We will thwart any attempt to divide our country. We will make concrete efforts to promote the peaceful development of cross-strait relations, integrate the development of the two sides, and work towards national reunification. We will join hands with our fellow Chinese in Taiwan to strive for national reunification and rejuvenation. With that, I conclude my opening remarks. Now, we will be happy to take your questions. Thank you. Now the floor is open for questions. Please identify your media affiliation before asking a question.
Thank
you. With CCTV, in the white paper, the Taiwan question and China's reunification in the new era, it mentioned the practice of two systems. What benefits will there be for the one country, two systems to economic and social development and to the well-being of Taiwan compatriots?
I will take your question. Peaceful reunification and one country, two systems are basic principles for resolving the Taiwan question and the best way to achieve national reunification. They embody the Chinese wisdom of inclusiveness. After peaceful reunification, the specific implementation of one country, two systems in Taiwan will take full account of the reality in Taiwan, take into account the opinions and suggestions of all sectors on both sides of the strait, and fully accommodate the interests and sentiments of Taiwan compatriots. One country, two systems is the most is an inclusive solution proposed to address the differences across the strait in social systems and ideology. It is a peaceful, democratic, of goodwill and benefits both sides. Realizing peaceful reunification according to one country, two systems will bring tangible benefits to the socio-economic development of Taiwan and to Taiwan compatriots. After the reunification, Taiwan may practice a social system different from that of the mainland. Compatriots in Taiwan can live and work in peace and tranquility. The mainland will be in a better position to take better care of our Taiwan compatriots. On the premise of ensuring national sovereignty, security, and development interests, the social system and way of life of Taiwan compatriots will be fully respected, and their private property, religious beliefs, and legitimate rights and interests will be fully protected. All Taiwan compatriots who support the reunification of the motherland and national rejuvenation will truly become masters of Taiwan, participate in the building of the motherland, and fully enjoy the benefits of development. After reunification, economic cooperation between the two sides will be based on better institutions. Based on the vast mainland market, Taiwan's economy will enjoy greater space for development, stronger competitiveness, more stable and smooth industrial and supply chains, and more vibrant innovation. The many difficulties that have long plagued the development of Taiwan and the improvement of people's livelihood can be resolved through integrated development and communication across the strait. Taiwan's fiscal revenue can be used to improve people's livelihood and do more to solve people's difficulties. After reunification, Taiwan's cultural creativity will be fully unleashed. People on both sides of the strait will carry forward Chinese culture and national spirit together, exchange and learn from each other, and nurture future generations. Regional culture in Taiwan will be nourished by the roots of Chinese culture. After reunification, our Taiwan compatriots will enjoy greater space for development, enhanced status in the international community, greater security and dignity, and share in the glory of the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. I must stress that the reunification of China will not harm the legitimate interests of any country, including their economic interests in Taiwan. It will only bring countries more development opportunities, bring more positive energy to the prosperity and stability in the Asia-Pacific and the world at large, and make more contributions to building a community with a shared future for mankind and world peace and progress of humanity. Thank you. Next question, please. Thank you. With China Daily. Recently, DPP has been trumpeting the non-subordination of the two sides of the strait, and the US has been fudging and hollowing out the One China principle. So what is the nature of the One China principle and its connotations and significance? Thank you.
Friends from the media, good morning. I'll take this question. Now, the situation across the Taiwan Strait is serious and challenging. The reason is that the DPP authorities have been colluding with Taiwan separation forces and trumpeting the theory that neither side across the strait belongs to one another, and the status of Taiwan is undetermined. We need to debunk the fallacies and straighten things out. All the attempts aimed at denying the One China principle. There is clear historical and jurisprudential basis that proves that Taiwan is part of the Chinese territory since ancient times. There is numerous literature and historical accounts that record the early days of Chinese people's development of Taiwan and the administration of successive central governments of China in Penghu and Taiwan since the mid of the 12th century. The emergence and evolution of the Taiwan question has been inextricably interwoven with the history of the Chinese nation. The Opium War of 1840 and ensuing wars of aggression launched by the Western powers plunged China into an anguished state of turmoil and foreign threat, with its lands torn apart, and Taiwan fell under foreign occupation that was to last half a century. The Carroll Declaration, issued by China, the US, and the UK, stated that all the territories Japan had stolen from China, such as the Northeast China, Taiwan, and the Penghu Islands, should be restored to China. The Potsdam Proclamation of 1945 reiterated that the terms of the Carroll Declaration shall be carried out. In 1945, the Chinese people, including those in Taiwan, won victory in the war of resistance against Japanese aggression. After a tenacious struggle, Taiwan was liberated and returned to the motherland. On October 1st, 1949, the People's Republic of China was founded, replacing the Republic of China and becoming the only legitimate government of the whole of China. the new government replaced the previous regime in a situation where China, as a subject under international law, did not change, and China's sovereignty and inherent territory did not change. As a natural result, the government of the PRC shall enjoy and exercise China's full sovereignty, which includes its sovereignty over Taiwan. As a result of the civil war in China and interference of external forces, the two sides of the Taiwan Straits have fallen into a state of protracted political confrontation. The United Nations General Assembly adopted Resolution 2758 in 1971, which undertook to restore all its rights to the PRC. This resolution settled once and for all the political, legal, and procedural issues of China's representation in the UN, and it covered the whole country, including Taiwan. It also spelled out that China has one single seat in the UN, so there is no such thing as two Chinas or one China, one Taiwan. The UN and its specialized agencies all observed the One China principle when it comes to the Taiwan question. On the basis of the One China principle, China has established diplomatic relations with 181 countries. The One China principle is the prevailing consensus of the international community and a widely recognized basic norm of international relations. The historical facts, jurisprudential basis, and international reality all prove that the fact that Taiwan is part of China, and both the mainland and Taiwan belong to one and the same China, has never changed and will never change. Although the two sides of the straits have yet to be unified, China's national sovereignty and territorial integrity have never been divided. Out of their independence agenda and political self-interest, the DPP authorities are spreading and hyping up the idea that neither side of the Taiwan Strait belongs to the other side, and the status of Taiwan is yet to be determined. This distorting facts and denying and challenging the One China principle, such a perverse act is bound to fail. The Taiwan question is China's internal affairs. It tolerates no outside interference. The establishment of China-U.S. diplomatic relations is premised on the proper settlement of the Taiwan question. The One China principle is the political foundation of China-U.S. relations. The three China-U.S. joint communiques clearly spelled out U.S. commitments on the Taiwan question. In a Shanghai communique of 1972, the U.S. acknowledges that all Chinese on either side of the Taiwan Strait maintain there is but one China, and that Taiwan is a part of China, and the U.S. government does not challenge that position. The China-U.S. joint communique on the establishment of diplomatic relations in 1978 states that the U.S. recognizes the government of the PRC as the sole legal government of China. Within this context, the people of the U.S. will maintain cultural, commercial, and other official relations with the people of China. With the people of Taiwan. It also acknowledges the Chinese position that there is but one China and Taiwan is part of China. However, in recent years, the U.S. has kept fudging and hollowing out the One China principle and blatantly violated its commitments on the One China principle in the three China-U.S. joint communiques. It is turning back the wheel of history. China is firmly opposed to that. We urge the U.S. to truly observe the One China principle. As stated in the White Paper, there is but one China in the world. Taiwan is never a country. Its status as part of China tolerates no change. Any challenge to the One China principle is doomed to fail. Thank you. With People's Daily. Just now, Director Ma mentioned the white paper published in August. You said that peaceful reunification and one country, two systems will bring tangible benefits to the Taiwan compatriots. I have two questions. First, what are the considerations of this publishing the white paper, and what new statements or what new propositions are there on advancing national reunification in the new era? Just now, Director Ma mentioned the tangible benefits that Taiwan compatriots can receive after the peaceful reunification and the realization of one country, two systems. We can have more discussions with
8月
people
10
in
日
different quarters
国务院台
in
湾事务办
Taiwan
公室
on the actual
和
execution
国务
of
院
the
新闻
two
办
systems.
联
On
合
the
发
10th
表
of
了
August,
台湾问
the
题与
Taiwan
新
Affairs
中国统
Office
一
of
事
the
业
State
的白
Council
皮书
and the Information
白
Office
皮书的发表的
jointly
当天
issued a white paper
中共中央
titled
台
The
办的发言
Taiwan
人
Question
呢
and China's
就白皮书
Reunification in the
发表
New
了谈
Era.
话
On the same day, the
那么在此我
spokesperson
就
of our
提出
office
了这个问
was
题啊，我
authorized
就白皮
to
书的
make
一
a
些
statement
相关
on
内
the
容
white paper.
再
And
做一些
here,
简
I
要
would
的
like
说明。
to make a brief explanation on
白
the
皮书的
relevant
发表
issues.
正当
First,
其时
the
意义
publication
重大
of the white paper is timely
中
and
国
of
政府于
great significance.
1993年8月
In August
2000年2
1993 and
分别
February
发表了
2000,
台湾问题
the
与
Chinese
中国
government
统一
released the
一
white
个中国的
papers,
原则
the Taiwan
与
Question
台
and
湾问
China's
题白皮书
reunification, and the One China
全
Principle
面
and the
系统
Taiwan
阐
Question,
述了解
respectively,
决台湾问题
which
的基
comprehensively
本方
and
针
systematically
和有关政策
expounded the basic principles and
20多年
relevant
来
policies
特
for
别是
solving
中
the
共18
Taiwan
大以来
question. For more than
国家
20
统一
years,
理论
especially
和
since the
对台政
18th
策
CPC National Congress,
持
the
续
theory of
丰富发
national
展
unity and the principles and
习近平总
policies
书
on
记就
Taiwan
对台工
have
作提
continued
出了一
to
系列
enrich and
重要理
develop.
念
General Secretary
重
Xi
大
Jinping
政策主
put
张
forth a series of important
形成了
concepts
新
and
时代
major
中
policy
国共产党解
propositions
决
on the
台
work
湾
on
问题的
Taiwan,
总体
which
方略
formed the overall strategy
为
of the
对台工
CPC
作
to solve
提
the
供
Taiwan
了
question in the
根
new
本
era
遵循
and
和
provided
行
the
动纲
fundamental
领
guidelines and action plans
实
for
现
the
中华
work
民
on
族伟大复
Taiwan.
兴进
The
入了不可逆
realization
转
of
的
the
历
great
史进程
rejuvenation of the Chinese
我们更有
nation
条
has
件
entered
更
an
有信心
irreversible
更有
historical
能力
process, and were better
完成祖
equipped,
国统一
more
大业
confident, and more capable of
但一个时
accomplishing
期
the
以
great
来
cause of national
台
reunification.
湾民进党当局
However, for
加
some
紧进
time,
行
the
台独分裂
DPP
活动
authorities in Taiwan
一些外部
have
势力
stepped up their
极力搞
separatist activities
以
for
台制华
Taiwan independence, and some
企图
external
阻挡
forces have gone out of
中国
their
实
way
现完
to
全
use
统一
Taiwan to
和
control
中
China
华
in
民
an
族
attempt
迈
to
向伟
prevent
大复兴
China from achieving complete
面
reunification
对
and
新
the
的形
Chinese
势
nation's great rejuvenation.
有必要发表
Facing
新
the
的
new
国家统一
situation,
白
it
皮
is
书
necessary to issue a
进
new
一步
white
重申
paper
台
on
湾是
national
中国一部分的事
reunification,
实
further
和现状
reiterate the fact
展现
and status
中国
quo
共产党
that Taiwan
和
is a
中国
part
人
of
民
China,
追
demonstrate
求
the
祖国
firm
统一的
will
坚定意志
and
和
firm
坚强
determination
决
of the
心
CPC and the Chinese people
阐述
to pursue
中国共产
the
党和
reunification
中
of
国
the
政府
motherland
在
and
新时代
elaborate on the position
推进
and
实现
policy
国家
of the
统一的立
CPC and
场
the Chinese
和
government
政策
in realizing the reunification
这
of
就
the
是我们
motherland.
为什么在这个时间点啊要发
So
表
that
这么
explains
新的白
the
皮书。
timing of the
二
publication of the white paper.
白皮书的内容
Second,
全面系
the
统，
white paper has
亮点突出。
comprehensive and systematic content and
白皮
many
书立足
highlights
中华民族
based
伟
on
大
the
复兴
overall
战略全
strategy
局
of the great
和世界百
rejuvenation
年
of the
未有
Chinese
之大变局
nation，and the profound changes
完
in the
整
world
阐述
unseen in a century.
台湾问题的
The
历史
white
经纬，
paper fully expounds the
全面
historical
总结
ins and outs
中
of the
国共产
Taiwan
党
question,
推进
comprehensively
祖国完
summarizes
全
the
统一的
tenacious
奋斗历史，
efforts,
重大成就
major
和宝
achievements,
贵经验，
and valuable experience of
深
the
刻揭
CPC
批
in
民进
promoting
党
the
当局
complete
加紧谋独挑衅
reunification of the
和
motherland,
美国极力打
and
台湾牌的
profoundly
行径与
exposes
谬论，
and denounces the
系统
DPP's
阐述
authorities'
中国共产党
attempt to step
和
up
中国政府
provocation and
在
their
推进
independence
新时代
agenda.
祖国统一的
It
大政方针
systematically
和
expounded
政策
the
主
major
张，
policies
清
and
晰阐
policy
明按照
propositions
一
of
国
the
两制
CPC
实现
and
和
the
平统
Chinese
一的光
government
明前
in
景，
promoting the reunification
充
of the
分表
motherland
明
in the new
我
era,
们实现
and
祖国
clearly
完全统一
explained
的
the
必
implementation
胜
of
信心，
peaceful
反对
reunification
台独
in
分裂
accordance
及
with
外来干涉的坚定决
one
心
country, two
和为两岸
systems.
同胞谋福祉的不变初心。
The bright future fully
三
demonstrates our confidence in
白
achieving
皮书
complete
对反独
reunification,
促统
firm
具有强烈
determination
的
to
现实
oppose
意
the
义。
separatist Taiwan
在当
independence
前错综
agenda
复杂的国际
and
形
our
势和
unwavering
严峻的台海
aspiration
形势下
to seek well-being for compatriots
发
on
表
both
该
sides
白皮书
of the Taiwan Strait.
有利于
Third,
揭
the
批
white
台
paper
独
has
分裂势力
strong
和
practical
外部势力的
significance
勾
for
连挑衅，
opposing independence and promoting
企图
reunification.
损害
Under the
中国
current
主权
complex
和领土完整，
international
阻挠
situation
破坏
and challenging
中国统一进程
circumstances
的
across the
恶
Taiwan
劣言
Strait,
行，
the publication publication of this white paper
有
is
利于
conducive
展
to
现
exposing and
中
denouncing
国
the
共
vicious
产党
wars
和
and
中国政
deeds
府
of the Taiwan
愿
independence
继续
separatist
以最大
forces.
诚意，尽最大努力
It helps to
争
demonstrate
取
the
和
stance
平
and
统一的立
attitude
场
of the
和
CPC
态度，
and the Chinese government's commitment
有利
to
于
striving
提
for
振
peaceful
全党
reunification with
全
the
国
greatest
各族人
sincerity
民
and best efforts.
誓志
It
追
is
求国家统一
conducive
的
to
精
boosting
气神，
the morale of the whole
增
party
强
and
岛
the
内和海
entire
外
nation to
反
pursue
独促
national
统力量的
reunification,
信心
increase the
和勇气。
confidence and courage of the forces that oppose independence and support reunification, and built a majestic force in supporting and promoting national reunification. Fourth, the White Paper is conducive to uniting the compatriots in Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau, and overseas Chinese to work together for the peaceful development of cross-strait relations and the peaceful reunification of the motherland. Achieving the peaceful reunification of the two sides of the Narrow Strait is not only a blessing for the Chinese nation and Chinese people, but also a blessing for the international community and the people of the world. It is hoped that the majority of Taiwan compatriots will firmly stand on the right side of history, seriously consider Taiwan's status and role in national rejuvenation, and actively participate in the just cause of promoting the peaceful reunification. It is hoped that Hong Kong and Macau compatriots and overseas Chinese will make new contributions to promoting the peaceful development of cross-strait relations and realizing peaceful reunification. It is hoped that the international community will abide by the One China principle, properly handle Taiwan-related issues, understand and support the Chinese people's just cause of opposing the Taiwan independent separatist forces and striving for the complete national reunification.
第二排，东区第二排那位女士。
谢谢主持人，想请问。 两岸民间各领域交流合作以及人员往来，在这几年有哪些进步发展？以及如何缓解新冠疫情对两岸交流所造成的影响？另外，我们也看到越来越多台湾年轻人在到大陆求学就业，那在吸引台湾年轻人到大陆发展，有做哪些工作？谢谢。
Jobs. What has been done to attract more young people from Taiwan to come to the mainland?
谢谢大家关注
Thank you
两岸
for
的基层
your
民众和青年。确实呢，两岸关系发展的内在动力是来自民间和青年。
people-to-people exchanges across the strait. And since the 18th
认真
National
贯彻落实
Congress at the CPC, we have worked with all regions and departments to earnestly implement the important instructions of General Secretary Xi Jinping and the decisions of the CPC Central Committee, and continuously expanded cross-strait exchanges and cooperation in various fields, and enhanced kinship and well-being of our compatriots, thus adding strong internal impetus to the development of cross-strait relations. First, the belief that people on both sides of the strait want exchanges, cooperation, and development has gained wide support. And the paradigm of extensive engagements across the strait remains solid and stable. People-to-people exchanges and interactions in various fields have been expanding, forming an all-dimensional and multi-level paradigm. In 2015, the visa exemption policy and electronic travel pass for Taiwan compatriots were introduced to further facilitate Taiwan compatriots traveling to and from the mainland, leading to a peak of 9.85 million travels that year. Since 2020, due to COVID and political obstacles set by the DPP authorities, online communication has become the main form of interaction. People from all sectors across the strait have conducted nearly 1,000 activities annually through a combination of online and offline format. Second, the policy of equal treatment has been deepened and refined to help more Taiwan compatriots to pursue their dreams in the mainland. Together with other regions and departments, we have introduced a series of policies and measures to benefit our Taiwan compatriots, providing them with development opportunities in the mainland and ensuring equal treatment. These measures include the issuance of residence permits for Taiwan residents, the cancellation of employment permits for Taiwan residents, the expansion of pilot programs for Taiwan residents to work in public institutions, the expansion of school enrollment from Taiwan, the guarantee that Taiwan residents can take vocational qualification examinations and participate in social insurance in the mainland, and free COVID-19 vaccination for Taiwan residents in the mainland. More Taiwan compatriots are finding opportunities for development in the mainland. We have set up 78 cross-strait youth employment and entrepreneurship bases and demonstration sites, serving more than 220 startups and projects from Taiwan. More than 2,000 young scholars from Taiwan are teaching in mainland institutions of higher learning, and nearly 3,000 Taiwan university students are awarded scholarship every year. Nearly 1,000 Taiwan compatriots have obtained professional qualifications in various popular industries, and nearly 300 Taiwan compatriots working and living in the mainland have won the May 1st Labor Medal, the May 4th Youth Medal, the honorary title for female leaders and families, among others. Third, the social and cultural integration has deepened. The new journey in the new era has brought about a new atmosphere of mutual understanding between people across the strait. Every year, a large number of Taiwan compatriots come to the mainland to trace their family history. Cross-strait cultural exchanges in film and television, music, fine arts, creative design, book publishing, and intangible cultural heritage have flourished. Excellent mainland films and TV series and other cultural products are popular among Taiwan people, especially teenagers. Every year, thousands of Taiwanese entertainers participate in mainland's radio, television, audio-visual programs and film production. Ethnic minorities in Taiwan participated in the 11th National Ethnic Minority Traditional Sports Games. Fourth, the general public, especially young people, have become the main force in cross-strait exchanges, laying a solid social foundation and driving force for the development of cross-strait relations. Small cross-strait exchanges are designed for the general public and the young generations. The straits form the largest platform for cross-strait non-governmental exchanges, have been held for 14 consecutive sessions, and the Shanghai-Taipei City Forum, an important platform for cross-strait exchanges between cities, has been held for 13 years in a row. The two sides have conducted extensive exchanges in science and technology, education, medical and healthcare, sports, religion and beliefs, trade unions, women and other fields. Every year, hundreds of summer-winter camps and study camps for Taiwan youth are held, as well as large-scale exchange activities such as the Strait Youth Day and the Straits Youth Forum, attracting tens of thousands of Taiwanese young people. Taiwan compatriots in the mainland have taken an active part in volunteer services in such areas as poverty alleviation, rural revitalization, education and health services, disaster relief and pandemic response efforts. We will continue to roll out more policies to enable more communication and exchanges between the two sides, and to enhance mutual understanding and to promote peaceful development of cross-strait relations and the reunification of the motherland. Thank you. Next question, please.
主持人好，台湾 TVBS 电视台提问，请问一下，在两岸经济交流方面，经贸跟
In terms of cross-strait economic exchanges, what is the development of cross-strait cooperation and trade? The economic complementarity across the strait is increasing. So, what are the characteristics of cross-strait economic exchanges?
10年来啊。
Over the past decade, we've been steadily expanding cross-strait economic exchanges and cooperation, and cross-strait economic and trade cooperation delivered fruitful results. There are four features. First, the amount of cross-strait trade has doubled in 10 years, and Taiwan's trade dependence on the mainland remains high. Second, Taiwan investment in the mainland has maintained a growth momentum, and there have been positive changes, including many major projects and higher technological content. Third, economic integration of the two sides are deepening and becoming more solid. Since 2018, we've introduced 31 measures and 26 measures to promote cross-strait economic and cultural exchanges and cooperation, and 11 measures and 22 measures of agriculture and forestry to help Taiwan compatriots and Taiwan business develop. We rolled out more accommodative policies for Taiwan compatriots to set up self-employed businesses in the mainland to help Taiwan compatriots and businesses share more development opportunities in mainland and enjoy more equal treatment. We've been supporting Taiwan compatriots and businesses in participating in BRI cooperation, major national and regional strategies, and regional coordinated development strategies. We support the places with a large number of Taiwan businesses to try out new policies regarding Taiwan. We guide enterprises on both sides to strengthen cooperation in areas such as capital, technology, management, standards, brands, and channels. We help Taiwan compatriots and businesses to expand the mainland market. Thousands of Taiwan businesses in Jiangsu, Zhejiang, Fujian, and other places enjoy various tax incentives. And hundreds of Taiwanese enterprises have received special financial support for industrial transformation and upgrading green manufacturing and intelligent manufacturing. As of June this year, 41 Taiwan-funded financial institutions have been approved as qualified foreign institutional investors of QFII, and 53 Taiwanese companies are listed on the mainland. Fourth, the number of platforms for cross-strait economic and trade cooperation has increased with remarkable results. The Cross-Strait Entrepreneur Summit has vigorously promoted joint ventures and cooperation. We have set up a cross-strait integrated circuit industry cooperation pilot zone in Hefei, Anhui, Xiamen, and Quanzhou, Fujian, and a cross-strait industrial cooperation zone for upgrading of growth drivers in Shandong, and 5 cross-strait industrial cooperation zones in Guangxi, Hubei, Sichuan, Jiangxi, and Hunan. We've supported Kunshan in deepening the cross-strait industrial cooperation pilot zone to carry out the pilot test with Taiwan. As of 2021, there has been more than 350 Taiwan-funded projects in the 5 cross-strait industrial cooperation zones with a total investment of over 100 billion yuan. Various regions have continued to hold distinctive Taiwan-related economic and trade activities and promoted the matching of a number of high-quality projects. We've had more solid achievements over the past decade on the whole. Thank you. With Hong Kong Economic Daily, the people on both sides of the strait pay close attention to cross-strait political exchanges. What achievements have been made in safeguarding the common political foundation and conducting political exchanges in recent years?
两岸政治交往这个问题受到两岸民众的关注。
Political exchanges across the strait has received much attention because it is of guiding importance in cross-strait relations. In the latest white paper, the first meeting between leaders of the two sides in 1949 is listed as the first major achievement since the 18th National. As the first achievement over the years, on the basis of the common political foundation of adhering to the 1992 consensus and opposing Taiwan independence, we have made historic achievements in cross-strait political exchanges. First, we realized the meeting between leaders on both sides of the strait. On November the 7th, 2015, General Secretary of the CPC Central Committee and President Xi Jinping met with the then leader of the Taiwan region, Ma Ying-jeou, the first of its kind since 1949, and the many friends in the media bore witness to such a historic moment. The two sides reached a positive consensus on the theme of promoting the peaceful development of cross-strait relations and staying committed to the national rejuvenation, consolidating and deepening the key position and role of the 1992 consensus as the common political foundation for the peaceful development of cross-strait relations, which has been widely endorsed and highly commended by compatriots on both sides of the strait and the international community. The holding of the cross-strait leaders meeting fully demonstrates that we are firm when it comes to the Party Central Committee's major policy on Taiwan's work, yet flexible when it comes to tactics. It fully demonstrates that we have initiative in the development of cross-strait relations and a great sincerity to seek well-being for compatriots on both sides of the strait. It shows to the world that the Chinese people on both sides have the wisdom and capability of solving their own problems. Second, promoting the establishment of a normal communication mechanism between the departments of cross-strait affairs on both sides. In February 2014, the Taiwan Affairs Office of the State Council and the Mainland Affairs Council of Taiwan established a routine communication mechanism on the political basis of confirming the 1992 consensus. The heads of the two departments exchanged visits many times and opened a hotline, which made cross-strait exchange system more institutionalized. Since the DPP came to power in 2006, it has refused to recognize the 1992 consensus and that both sides of the strait belong to one China, which has undermined the political foundation for the peaceful development of cross-strait relations and caused the suspension of this communication mechanism. Third, maintaining exchanges with relevant parties on the island and promoting cross-strait democratic consultation. General Secretary Xi Jinping and other state leaders have maintained contacts with relevant parties, groups, and representative personages on the island through meetings, correspondence, and other forms, consolidating the common political foundation of the two sides of the strait and ensuring that the cross-strait relations develop in the right direction. We have jointly held the cross-strait economic, trade, and cultural forum, the cross-strait peaceful development forum, and the dialogue and exchange activities between the Kuomintang and the CPC to exchange views and build consensus on important issues in the development of cross-strait relations. We have also conducted dialogues and consultations with representatives of political parties, groups, and people from all walks of life on the island, and launched joint initiatives on cross-strait relations and national rejuvenation. We have successfully held the Joining Hands Realize Dreams cross-strait exchange and seminar activities in Shanghai last year and in Beijing this year to unite and lead the patriotic unification forces on the island. And this has played an important role in fighting independence and advancing reunification. Thank you. With Beijing News, this year marks the 30th anniversary of the 1992 consensus. The DPP authorities have been refusing to recognize the consensus, and the mainland has made enormous efforts to encourage the observance of the 1992 consensus. What is the significance?
The 1992 consensus is the political foundation and anchor for the peaceful development of cross-strait relations. The significance of 1992 consensus lies in the fact that it reflects the historical fact and legal basis that both sides of the strait belong to one and the same China. It answers the question about the fundamental nature of cross-strait relations and bears on peace and stability of the strait and interests and well-being of the people on both sides of the strait. In 1992, authorized by both sides of the strait, Association for Relations Across the Taiwan Strait and the Straits Exchange Foundation, through their meeting in Hong Kong and the correspondence afterwards, reached a consensus that both sides of the Taiwan Strait adhere to the One China principle and use respective verbal announcements, which became known as the 1992 consensus. The historical fact that two sides reached the 1992 consensus is very clear. The content of the consensus is two paragraphs of specific text that have been negotiated and mutually recognized. ARAT's expression was in the process of joint efforts to seek national reunification. Both sides across the Taiwan Strait adhere to the One China principle, but they have different perceptions of the meaning of One China. The expression of the SEF was both sides of the strait support the One China principle and seek national reunification. However, negotiations on routine matters across the strait do not involve the political meaning of the One China. In the two paragraphs, both sides stated their basic attitude of adhering to the One China principle and pursuing cross-strait reunification. The key is that both sides of the strait belong to One China and work together to seek national reunification. Regarding the political meaning of One China, the SEF mentioned different perceptions, while ARATS said that it is not involved in negotiations on routine matters, seeking common ground while shelving differences. The key to this consensus is that the two sides have clearly stated their attitudes on the major issue of upholding the One China principle and properly handled differences. This reflects the political wisdom of seeking common ground while shelving differences and is a valuable asset for people on both sides of the strait. Through rounds of negotiations and consultations, after that, consensus has been reached to promote exchanges across the strait. And in February 2014, the Taiwan Affairs Office of the State Council and the Mainland Affairs Council of Taiwan established a regular contact and communication mechanism on the basis of joint confirming the 1992 consensus. Heads of the two departments exchanged visits for many times. On November 7, 2015, leaders of two sides held a historic meeting and jointly affirmed adherence to the 1992 consensus. After taking office in 2016, the DPP authorities refused to recognize the 1992 consensus and stepped up separatist activities for Taiwan independence, seriously undermining the peaceful development of cross-strait relations. The development of cross-strait relations has repeatedly proven that only by adhering to the common political foundation of the 1992 consensus and opposing Taiwan independence can cross-strait relations develop peacefully and steadily. People on both sides of the strait can benefit, and peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait can be guaranteed. If this foundation is shaken or even abandoned, cross-strait relations will surely be damaged or thrown into turmoil, and the interests of people across the strait will suffer. We hope that our compatriots in Taiwan recognize the significance of the 1992 consensus, cherish and uphold it, oppose and resist separatist acts of Taiwan independence, and make effort for cross-strait relations to return to the right track. Thank you.
谢谢主持人，我是红星新闻记者。我的问题是，一段时间以来，民进党当局大肆勾连外部势力，进行谋独挑衅。
Recently, DPP authorities have been colluding with external forces to seek independence, and the United States has been playing the Taiwan card, and Speaker Pelosi's visit to Taiwan has intensified the situation. What will the mainland do? Thank you.
这个问题呢，是所有关心两岸关系和台海局势的人都高度关注的一个
I
问题。
believe that
有很多的担心，有很多的建议。那为什么呢？
draws a lot of attention.
两岸关系严峻复杂，台海局势
Because since 2016, the cross-strait relations have seen serious and complex circumstances. The cross-strait situation remained tense and fluid. The root cause is that DPP authorities bent on pursuing Taiwan independence secessionist position, echoed external forces' attempt to use Taiwan to contain China, and made repeated provocations for independence. This has seriously undermined peaceful development of the cross-strait relations and peace and stability of the Taiwan Strait, endangered national sovereignty and territorial integrity, and harmed the shared interests of the compatriots across the strait and fundamental interests of the Chinese nation. The Party Central Committee, with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, has approached the cross-strait relations from the overall interests of the Chinese nation and properly responded to the developments. We have taken forceful actions and firmly checked all independence provocations, firmly curbed foreign interferences, and effectively deterred and foiled Taiwan independence secessionist moves, ensuring that we take the lead and initiative in the cross-strait relations. External forces, including the U.S., have been playing the Taiwan card, kept fudging and hollowing the One China principle, connived with the Taiwan independence forces' adventurous moves and provocations, and used Taiwan as a chess piece to contain China's development and progress and disrupt the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. This has caused escalation in cross-strait tensions and seriously undermined the interests, well-being, and future of Taiwan compatriots. House Speaker Pelosi visited Taiwan region of China in disregard of China's strong opposition this August. This is a major escalation in Taiwan-U.S. collusion. It seriously infringes upon China's sovereignty and territorial integrity. It is a serious violation of the One China principle and the three China-U.S. joint communiques. It tramples on the international law and basic norms governing international relations and reneges on U.S. serious political commitment to China. It sends a seriously wrong signal to the Taiwan independent forces. We sternly condemn and strongly protest against it and have taken a series of resolute and forceful countermeasures. It needs to be pointed out that the countermeasures target the Taiwan independence, separatist activities and interference by external forces, not at Taiwan compatriots. We will continue to unite all anti-independence forces and political factors and positive factors on the island, expand cross-strait exchanges and cooperation, deepen the integrated development across the strait, foster common interests, enhance mutual affinity, isolate and combat the Taiwan independence forces, and strengthen the general trend of anti-independence for reunification. I also want to stress that Taiwan independence is a dead end and will only push our Taiwan compatriots into the abyss. The Taiwan question bears on the core national interests and the national sentiments of the Chinese people. Attempts by external forces to use the Taiwan question to disrupt China's development and reunification will only end in failure. We will create broad space for peaceful reunification, but never leave any room for separatist activities seeking Taiwan independence in any form. No one should underestimate the strong resolve, determination, and capability of the Chinese people to safeguard national sovereignty and territorial integrity. Under the strong leadership of the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, guided by Xi Jinping's thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for the new era, was the guarantee of the socialist system with Chinese characteristics and the material basis accumulated in more than 40 years of reform and opening up. With 1.4 billion Chinese people's strong support, we can surely overcome risks and challenges, resolutely crush any secessionist attempt for Taiwan independence, resolutely oppose all external interferences, and steadily advance the process of national reunification.
谢谢主持人，我是中评社记者。大陆方面已经公布了2批台独顽固分子，表示对其依法惩戒。请问在这方面，
And punishments have been published on Taiwan independence diehards. What further measures will be taken? Will a new law be made?
党的18大以来，我们深入学习贯彻习近平法治思想和习近平总书记关于对台工作的重要论述，运用法治思维、法治方式和法治力量，
the instructions of General Secretary Xi Jinping, and we have used legal ways to fight against Taiwan independence and to protect the rights and interests of Taiwan compatriots. For Taiwan independence diehards and associated companies and their supporters, we have put in place punishments. It is an important measure to maintain peaceful development of cross-strait relations and peace and development across the strait and to safeguard China's sovereignty, security, and development interests. It has greatly deterred the Taiwan independence secessionist forces and greatly encouraged patriots in and outside island to support the reunification of the motherland, which has been widely supported and recognized. We will continue to take targeted measures against Taiwan independence elements in accordance with law and step up punishment on a handful of Taiwan independence diehards, making aggressive independence statements, egregious acts seeking independence, and engaging in massive activities with the support of the U.S. and resist China. They and their relatives will be prohibited from entering the mainland and Hong Kong and Macau special administrative regions, restrict their associated institutions to work with organizations and individuals of the mainland. We will never allow their associated companies and fund sources to make profits in the mainland. We will also take other necessary punishment measures, including holding them criminally accountable according to law with lifelong validity. If Taiwan independence elements in and outside Taiwan bent on going down the wrong path, they will pay the price. The Constitution, the anti-secession law, the national security law, and other national laws already have clear provisions for resolving the Taiwan question and promoting national reunification, providing a solid legal guarantee for promoting the peaceful development of cross-strait relations and national reunification. We will continue to better practice the rule of law in combating the Taiwan independence separatist forces and advance the process of national reunification. In light of the evolving situation, we will further introduce new legal measures to oppose and curb separatist plots and acts and resolutely safeguard China's sovereignty, security, and development interests. Thank you.
谢谢凤凰卫视记者提问。我们看到
Phoenix
当前的
TV
舆论普遍认为，民进党当局是在强化以武谋独，而美国是要强化支持
It
对
is
台湾
widely
的
believed
提升
that
自身的防卫能
DP
力。
authorities
然
are
而，和平
seeking
统一的可能
independence
性
with
是在
force,
大幅的下
and the
降。
United States is
大陆
strengthening
方
its
面可能
support
将会以
in
以武
improving
促统
Taiwan's
将无台
self-defense
办对这样的舆论
capability.
有这样的一
So,
个看法。
is it
同时，大陆
possible
方面
that
对于解决台
peaceful
湾问题
the
实现
possibility of
祖国统
peaceful
一完全
reunification
统
has
一有没有时
decreased?
间表？谢谢。
And is there a timetable for reunification? Thank you.
我愿意再次重申啊。
Let me reiterate that we adhere to the basic policy of peaceful reunification and one country, two systems, and are willing to strive for the prospect of peaceful reunification with the greatest sincerity and best efforts. Our high degree of confidence comes from the progress and development of our nation, from the overwhelming support of the 1.4 billion people, and from our culture throughout the millennium. So we would like to strive for the prospect of peaceful reunification with the greatest sincerity. At the same time, Our determination to safeguard national sovereignty and territorial integrity is unwavering, and we will never allow anyone or any force to invade and divide the sacred territory of the motherland. If the Taiwan independent separatist forces and the separatist forces from the outside cross the red line, we will have to take resolute measures. The Taiwan separatist forces attempt to seek independence and rely on outside support for independence are doomed. They are doomed to fail. The motherland must be unified, and it is bound to be unified. This is a historical trend that no one or any force can stop. The Taiwan question emerged out of national weakness and chaos, and will surely be resolved with the rejuvenation of the nation. In the historical journey of the Chinese nation toward great rejuvenation, we will surely be able to realize the complete reunification of the motherland. Last question, please. Thank you. With the Southern Metropolis Daily, now the current situation across the strait is becoming more complex and serious, and the trend of greening on the island is on the rise. Some are worried about the mainland's ability to take the initiative in the cross-strait relations and realize the complete reunification of the motherland. What is your view on that?
Just now you mentioned that the current situation across the Taiwan Strait is becoming more complex and serious, and the trend of greening is on the rise. Despite various challenges, we have the strategic resolve, historical patience, and full confidence to resolve the Taiwan question and realize the complete reunification of the motherland. Confidence comes from the development and progress of the country. Over the past 40 years and more since reform and opening up, especially since the 18th CPC National Congress, China's comprehensive strength and international influence in economy, science and technology, education, culture, and military have greatly increased. The mainland has formed a comprehensive advantage over Taiwan. The mainland's GDP exceeded 114 trillion yuan in 2021. The mainland has a population of over 1.4 billion, a middle-income group of over 400 million, 160 million market entities, and the world's most complete and largest industrial system. The potential of domestic demand is being unleashed, and the dynamism of the economic cycle is becoming stronger. With the continuous development of the mainland, its influence and attraction on Taiwan people will rise, and its ability to take initiative in the development of cross-strait relations will strengthen. And confidence comes from the power of equity. Taiwan has been an inalienable part of China's territory since ancient times. Although the two sides are yet to be fully reunified, China's sovereignty and territory have never been divided. The fact that both the mainland and Taiwan belong to one China has never changed. The One China principle is a widely recognized consensus of the international community. We Chinese say that a justified position will win more support. The cause of justice is sure to prevail. Confidence comes from the power of people. The vast majority of Taiwan compatriots oppose Taiwan independence and support peaceful development of cross-strait relations. The mainstream public opinion in Taiwan calls for peace, development, and a better life. More Taiwan compatriots have come to realize that the future of Taiwan lies in the reunification of the motherland, and the well-being of the Taiwan compatriots depends on national rejuvenation. The more than 1.4 billion mainland compatriots and Chinese sons and daughters at home and abroad are eager for reunification and firmly defend it. This is our utmost confidence. Confidence comes from the power of culture. The bond of culture is the strongest and most enduring. For thousands of years, the Chinese nation has always pursued unity and unification. And the cultural concept of unification has been deeply embedded in the heart of the Chinese people. Safeguarding national unity is the most cherished part of national integrity of the Chinese people. To seek Taiwan independence and resist reunification is by no means acceptable in view of the history and culture of the Chinese nation. The over 1.4 billion Chinese people, with the resolve and will not allow that to happen. It is doomed to fail. People across the strait should follow the trend of history for the greater good of the nation, oppose the Taiwan independence secession, strengthen confidence and pull forces for reunification, promote the peaceful and integrated development of cross-strait relations, and in course of deepening exchanges, jointly pursue the glorious cause of complete reunification of the motherland and great rejuvenation of the nation. Thank you. That concludes today's press conference.